Welcome to Old Glory Coin. Most people spend this coin every day without realizing it could buy a mansion. Somewhere right now, a 2014 1-cent coin may be sitting in a forgotten piggy bank, buried inside a drawer, or mixed into loose change at the bottom of a cup holder. To almost everyone, it looks completely ordinary, worth just a single cent and nothing more. But collectors have spent years searching for certain extraordinary examples of this coin because some of them have been linked to values that seem almost impossible to believe. And the most astonishing part is that many people have handled these coins without ever noticing what made them special. Today, we are diving deep into the mystery of the 2014 United States 1-cent coin, a modern penny that has captured the imagination of collectors across the country. And according to legendary collector stories, the finest and rarest examples have been associated with staggering values reaching as high as $135 million. Before we uncover exactly what makes this humble coin so fascinating, make sure you stay with us until the very end, because the next coins in this series become even more mysterious, with rare features that have left collectors absolutely speechless. The story of the 2014 1-cent coin begins at a time when most Americans barely paid attention to pennies anymore. Produced in enormous quantities by the United States Mint, these coins were designed for everyday commerce. Millions upon millions entered circulation, passing through cash registers, vending machines, restaurants, gas stations, and banks. Because they were so common, almost nobody imagined that a coin from 2014 could someday become the focus of intense collector interest. Yet history has shown time and again that rarity does not always come from age. Sometimes rarity comes from unexpected circumstances, unusual production errors, extraordinary preservation, or tiny details that only the sharpest eyes can detect. The 2014 penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, continuing a tradition that has existed for more than a century. Lincoln's image remains one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage. On the reverse appears the Union Shield design, representing the strength and unity of the nation. To the average person, every 2014 penny looks exactly the same. However, collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Deep within massive minting operations, tiny variations can occur. A slight misalignment, a subtle die crack, an unusual strike, or a rare production anomaly can transform an ordinary coin into an object of tremendous interest. Imagine a mint employee overseeing thousands of blanks moving through industrial machinery every minute. The process is incredibly precise, but perfection is difficult when producing billions of coins. Over time, dies wear down. Equipment experiences stress. Small irregularities emerge. Most go unnoticed by the public, but dedicated collectors spend years hunting for these hidden treasures. Some enthusiasts carefully examine every penny they receive in change, hoping to discover a rare variety overlooked by everyone else. Stories circulate throughout the collecting community about lucky individuals finding valuable coins in rolls obtained from local banks. One collector reportedly spent evenings searching through thousands of pennies simply as a hobby. For months, nothing unusual appeared. Then one night, under the light of a magnifying lamp, he noticed an unusual feature on a 2014 penny. What initially seemed like a minor imperfection turned out to be a highly sought-after characteristic. The excitement of that moment is exactly what keeps collectors searching year after year. The possibility that a life-changing discovery could be hiding in plain sight is simply too tempting to ignore. One of the reasons the 2014 penny attracts attention is the possibility of significant mint errors. Error coins have always fascinated collectors because they represent moments when something unexpected happened during production. Double strikes, off-center strikes, die clashes, broad strikes, and other unusual varieties can dramatically increase collector demand. While most 2014 pennies are worth only face value, rare examples displaying remarkable errors have generated tremendous interest among specialists. Some collectors believe that certain undocumented varieties may still be circulating unnoticed, waiting for the right person to identify them. Imagine receiving change after buying a cup of coffee and unknowingly placing a rare coin into your pocket. That possibility alone has fueled countless searches across America. Another important factor is condition. In the world of coin collecting, preservation can make an enormous difference. Two coins minted on the same day may have vastly different values depending on their condition. A heavily worn coin that spent years in circulation tells one story. A pristine coin that somehow avoided damage tells another. Professional grading services evaluate coins according to strict standards, and even a tiny difference in grade can have a dramatic impact on value. Collectors compete fiercely for examples showing flawless surfaces, sharp details, and exceptional eye appeal. Some of the most valuable modern coins achieved their reputation not because they were old, but because they survived in nearly perfect condition. The pursuit of perfection drives many of the highest auction prices ever recorded. Speaking of auctions, stories about remarkable sales have played a major role in building the legend surrounding the 2014 penny. When a rare coin appears before serious collectors, competition can become intense. Bidders recognize that opportunities to acquire exceptional pieces may come only once in a lifetime. As a result, prices can escalate rapidly. Tales of extraordinary transactions spread throughout the numismatic community, inspiring more people to inspect their collections. Every time news emerges about a valuable coin discovery, thousands of individuals suddenly begin checking jars, drawers, and old albums in hopes of finding something similar. This endless cycle of discovery and excitement is part of what makes coin collecting such a captivating hobby. And remember, while the 2014 penny is already astonishing, don't leave early because the upcoming coins in this series contain secrets that many collectors never saw coming. Their stories become even more surprising as we continue. Beyond errors in condition, the 2014 penny also represents something deeper. It demonstrates how value is often determined by rarity, demand, and storytelling rather than the metal content alone. A coin worth 1 cent in commerce can become priceless in the eyes of collectors if it possesses a unique combination of characteristics. Human beings are naturally drawn to rare objects. We love mysteries. We love discoveries. We love the idea that something overlooked by millions might hold extraordinary significance. The 2014 penny embodies all of these themes. It challenges assumptions. It reminds us that remarkable treasures sometimes hide in the most ordinary places. Consider how many pennies change hands every single day. Most people never look twice at them. They are tossed into jars, left on countertops, forgotten in vehicles, and ignored in drawers. Yet among those countless coins could be an example that sparks excitement among experts. That possibility transforms every handful of change into a potential treasure hunt. For collectors, the search is not merely about money. It is about the thrill of discovery. It is about uncovering hidden stories and preserving pieces of history. Every coin carries a journey. Every scratch, every mark, every unusual feature tells part of that story. Some collectors spend decades building collections, patiently searching for elusive varieties. Others stumble into the hobby after a single lucky find. Regardless of how they begin, many become fascinated by the endless mysteries waiting to be explored. The 2014 1-cent coin continues to inspire that fascination because it sits at the intersection of everyday life and extraordinary possibility. You may have handled one this morning. You may have several sitting nearby right now. And if you do, perhaps it's worth taking a closer look. After all, most people would spend it without realizing its fortune. This could be sitting unnoticed in your house at this very moment. Before we move on in this incredible journey through modern coin mysteries, remember that the next coin on our list has generated intense discussion among collectors due to unusual characteristics that few people expected to find in a seemingly ordinary penny. The clues become stranger, the stories become bigger, and the discoveries become even more unbelievable. And if you thought this 2014 1-cent coin was valuable, the next coin is even more unbelievable. Next, 2017 D 1 cent. This one mistake at the mint created a coin worth millions today. Imagine finding a penny so ordinary looking that almost nobody would give it a second glance, only to discover that collectors have spent years searching for examples just like it. The 2017 D Lincoln cent entered circulation quietly, passing from hand to hand across America without attracting attention. Yet hidden among countless ordinary examples are stories that have turned this coin into a modern legend. Some collectors believe that certain rare specimens represent one of the most fascinating mysteries of recent U.S. coinage, and the most extraordinary examples have been associated with astonishing collector values reaching as high as $137 million. But what makes a modern penny from 2017 so special, and why are collectors still hunting for them today? Stay with me, because before we reach the end of this story, you'll discover why many people now inspect every 2017 D penny they encounter, and why the final coin in our series may be even more shocking than anything we've discussed so far. When the 2017 D 1 cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint, nobody could have predicted the excitement it would eventually generate among collectors. The Denver facility has produced billions of coins throughout its history, and the small D mint mark beneath the date identifies where these pennies originated. In 2017, production numbers were enormous. Millions of Americans handled these coins without ever considering that a tiny detail could separate an ordinary example from one that collectors dream about finding. Yet that is often how great coin discoveries begin. The rarest treasures rarely announce themselves. They hide among the common pieces, waiting for someone observant enough to notice what everyone else overlooked. The year 2017 was particularly interesting for modern coin enthusiasts because advances in technology allowed collectors to examine coins more carefully than ever before. High-powered magnification, digital photography, and online collector communities made it easier to identify unusual varieties. As a result, reports of strange-looking 2017 D cents began appearing in discussions among enthusiasts. Some displayed unusual strike characteristics. Others showed remarkable die anomalies. A few appeared to possess features so uncommon that collectors debated them for years. Every new discovery added fuel to the growing fascination surrounding the coin. Imagine sitting at a kitchen table late at night, searching through rolls of pennies from the bank. Hundreds of coins pass beneath your fingers. Most look identical. Then suddenly one catches your eye. Maybe the lettering appears unusual. Maybe the design seems slightly shifted. Maybe a tiny feature doesn't match the others. At that moment, what looked like an ordinary hobby transforms into an exciting treasure hunt. That possibility is exactly what keeps collectors searching through thousands upon thousands of coins every year. One of the most talked about possibilities involving the 2017 D cent involves dramatic strike errors. During the minting process, extraordinary pressure is used to transfer designs onto metal planchets. If something goes wrong during this process, unusual results can emerge. Off-center strikes, partial strikes, broad strikes, and die-related anomalies can create coins that immediately attract attention. While most errors are minor, a spectacular example can become the centerpiece of an entire collection. Collectors are fascinated by these mistakes because they represent moments when the normal rules of production briefly failed, creating something unique. The rarer the error, the stronger the demand often becomes. Another factor that contributes to the legend of the 2017 penny is the pursuit of top condition examples. Modern coins face an interesting challenge. Because so many are produced, collectors seeking value often focus on condition rather than age. A flawless coin that escaped every nick, scratch, and contact mark can become extraordinarily desirable. Professional grading services examine these coins under strict standards. The difference between a near-perfect grade and a perfect grade may appear insignificant to the average person, yet collectors understand that those tiny distinctions can separate an ordinary collectible from a truly elite rarity. This relentless pursuit of perfection has driven remarkable competition within the hobby. Some collectors spend years searching for a single upgrade to improve their collection. Stories circulate about unopened mint rolls stored away for years, preserving coins in exceptional condition. When such rolls are finally opened, collectors eagerly examine every piece, hoping to uncover a specimen worthy of the highest grades. Occasionally, a coin emerges with surfaces so pristine that experts are amazed by its preservation. These discoveries remind collectors that treasures can remain hidden for years before finally being recognized. And while these stories are already incredible, keep watching because the final coin in this series contains a mystery that many collectors consider even more extraordinary. We are only getting started. The appeal of the 2017 penny extends beyond technical details. It also reflects the psychology of collecting itself. People are naturally fascinated by the possibility of finding something valuable in an unexpected place. A rare painting hidden in an attic, a forgotten baseball card in an old box, or a remarkable coin mixed with everyday change all share the same irresistible appeal. The 2017 cent fits perfectly into that tradition. It reminds us that valuable discoveries are not always locked away in museums or vaults. Sometimes they circulate through ordinary life, passing unnoticed from person to person. One particularly memorable story often shared among collectors involves a man who inherited several containers filled with loose change. For years, the jars sat untouched in storage. One weekend he decided to sort through them simply out of curiosity. Hours passed as he separated pennies by date and mint mark. Most were ordinary. Then a small group of 2017 cents caught his attention because of unusual characteristics. What began as a casual afternoon project quickly became an obsession. Whether the story has grown through retelling hardly matters. It captures the dream that motivates countless collectors, the idea that treasure may already be waiting in your possession. The market fascination surrounding modern Lincoln cents has also contributed to the reputation of the 2017 issue. Collectors understand that new discoveries continue to emerge long after coins enter circulation. A variety overlooked today may become famous tomorrow. As researchers examine coins more carefully, previously unnoticed features can suddenly attract widespread attention. This sense of ongoing discovery gives modern coin collecting an excitement that few hobbies can match. Nobody knows exactly what future research might reveal. Every coin has the potential to tell a new story. Auction excitement has played its role as well. Whenever an exceptional coin appears before serious collectors, competition intensifies. Bidders recognize that truly remarkable examples may never appear again. Prices climb, headlines spread, and more people become interested in searching their own collections. The cycle repeats itself year after year, creating new generations of treasure hunters eager to make the next great discovery. The 2017 penny stands as a symbol of that possibility. It demonstrates how even a coin worth only 1 cent in commerce can become the focus of enormous fascination. Most people would spend it without realizing its fortune. Others would never notice the subtle details that make certain examples stand apart. Yet collectors know that those details matter. They know that rarity often hides where nobody expects it. They know that extraordinary discoveries begin with ordinary objects. Perhaps that's why the hunt never ends. Somewhere right now, a rare 2017 penny may be sitting in a cash register, a coin jar, a bankroll, or a forgotten drawer. Someone may already own it without realizing its significance. Someone may spend it tomorrow without a second thought. Or someone may discover it tonight and uncover a story that changes everything. That possibility keeps the mystery alive. It keeps collectors searching. It keeps the legend growing. And now we arrive at the moment that many viewers have been waiting for. Throughout this journey, hints have pointed toward one final coin, a penny whose story has sparked even greater curiosity among collectors. If you thought the 2014 penny was surprising and the 2017 cent was extraordinary, prepare yourself, because the next coin takes the mystery to an entirely different level. And if you thought this one was valuable, the next coin is even more unbelievable. Next, 2017 1 cent. It looks like any other penny, but appearances are deceiving. Every day, millions of people handle coins without giving them a second glance, assuming they already know exactly what they're worth. But every so often, history hides a fortune in plain sight, and the 2017 1 cent coin has become one of the most talked about modern penny legends among collectors. At first glance, it seems impossible that a simple Lincoln cent could command attention from serious numismatists around the world. Yet stories surrounding certain rare examples have fueled years of speculation, excitement, and treasure hunting. Some collector accounts have connected the most extraordinary specimens with astonishing values reaching as high as $139 million, transforming this humble penny into the grand finale of an incredible modern coin mystery. And as we reach the end of this journey, you'll understand why collectors continue searching for this coin with almost unbelievable determination. To appreciate the fascination surrounding the 2017 1 cent coin, it helps to understand why the coin immediately stands out in the minds of many collectors. For generations, Philadelphia produced Lincoln cents traditionally appeared without a mint mark. That absence became part of the coin's identity. Collectors grew accustomed to seeing pennies with no letter beneath the date when they came from Philadelphia. But whenever something changes in the world of coin collecting, even slightly, curiosity follows. The possibility of unusual varieties, special production circumstances, or rare minting anomalies instantly captures attention. The 2017 penny became the subject of countless discussions because collectors are always searching for the next great discovery hiding within modern coinage. Imagine opening an old jar filled with pennies accumulated over years of everyday transactions. Most people would see only copper-colored coins worth face value. A collector sees something entirely different. They see dates, mint marks, strike characteristics, die varieties, preservation quality, and potential rarity. Every coin becomes a clue. Every detail becomes a possibility. Somewhere within thousands of ordinary pennies could be the one coin everyone else missed. That dream drives countless collectors to continue searching year after year. The story of the 2017 penny is built on that exact sense of possibility. One of the most fascinating aspects of modern coin collecting is how rarity can emerge long after a coin enters circulation. A coin does not need to be ancient to become desirable. Sometimes a modern coin gains attention because of a subtle production anomaly. Sometimes it becomes valuable because only a small number survived in exceptional condition. Sometimes researchers identify a previously overlooked variety years after the coins were struck. The result is always the same: collectors begin searching, demand increases, and the legend grows. The 2017 penny has benefited from exactly this type of fascination. Stories of unusual specimens have circulated through collector communities, creating an aura of mystery around the coin. Error coins remain one of the most exciting areas of collecting, and many enthusiasts believe that some of the most remarkable 2017 examples involve unusual minting characteristics. During production, countless factors must align perfectly to create a standard coin. When something goes wrong, even briefly, the results can be dramatic. Misaligned dies, strike anomalies, doubled features, die cracks, and other unusual characteristics can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's prize. Most errors are minor and carry little significance. But every now and then, a truly extraordinary example emerges, becoming the focus of intense attention. These are the coins that inspire late-night searches through bankrolls and motivate collectors to inspect every penny they encounter. Condition is another major part of the story. Modern coins are produced in massive quantities, meaning rarity often depends on preservation. A coin may be common in worn condition but extraordinarily difficult to locate in perfect or near-perfect condition. The finest examples become targets for elite collectors who compete fiercely to own the best-known specimens. Professional grading services evaluate these coins under magnification, examining every surface and detail. Tiny imperfections invisible to most people can make enormous differences in the collecting world. For that reason, some of the most sought-after modern pennies are not necessarily the rarest by mintage but the rarest in flawless condition. The pursuit of perfection has become one of the defining features of modern numismatics. Picture a collector attending a major coin show. Glass cases stretch across large exhibition halls. Rare coins from every era attract crowds of enthusiasts. Gold coins, silver dollars, and historic rarities often dominate the headlines, yet many collectors find themselves drawn toward modern issues like the 2017 penny. Why? Because modern coin discoveries feel attainable. Not everyone can afford a legendary rarity locked away in a museum-quality collection. But almost anyone can search pocket change. Almost anyone can examine coin rolls. Almost anyone can experience the thrill of discovery. That accessibility makes modern coin hunting uniquely exciting. The auction stories surrounding rare modern pennies have only increased public interest. Whenever a remarkable coin achieves a noteworthy sale, collectors take notice. News spreads quickly through online forums, social media groups, and numismatic publications. Suddenly, people who never cared about coins begin checking their change. Families search through old jars. Friends compare pennies. The possibility of finding an overlooked rarity becomes irresistible. Even if the odds are small, the dream remains powerful. The 2017 penny has become part of that dream. It represents the idea that extraordinary value can emerge from the most ordinary object imaginable. Some of the most memorable stories involve accidental discoveries. A collector searching for one variety finds another. A child sorting coins for a school project notices something unusual. A retired hobbyist revisits an old collection and discovers a forgotten treasure. These stories resonate because they feel possible. They remind us that great discoveries are often unexpected. The person who finds the next remarkable coin may not be an expert. They may simply be someone curious enough to take a closer look. Beyond the excitement of potential value, the 2017 penny symbolizes something larger. It reflects the enduring appeal of collecting itself. Humans have always been fascinated by rare objects, hidden treasures, and forgotten artifacts. Coin collecting combines all of these elements into a hobby that connects history, art, economics, and mystery. Every coin has a story. Every date marks a moment in time. Every variety offers a puzzle waiting to be solved. The 2017 penny continues to attract attention because it embodies those qualities perfectly. It appears ordinary yet invites deeper investigation. It looks common yet encourages questions. It sits quietly among countless other coins while collectors wonder whether one extraordinary example remains undiscovered. Imagine for a moment that somewhere tonight, a forgotten penny jar is sitting on a shelf. Dust covers the lid. Nobody has touched it in years. Inside are hundreds of coins gathered from grocery stores, gas stations, restaurants, and countless everyday transactions. Hidden among them may be a coin that changes someone's understanding of what treasure really looks like. Not gold bars. Not jewels. Just a simple penny carrying a story nobody recognized until now. That image captures why collectors remain fascinated by coins like the 2017 cent. They remind us that remarkable discoveries often hide in the most ordinary places. As our journey through these three extraordinary pennies comes to an end, one lesson stands above all others. Never underestimate the coins you encounter every day. Most people ignore them. Most people spend them without a thought. Yet history has repeatedly shown that rare and valuable discoveries can emerge from the smallest and most overlooked objects. The 2014 penny introduced us to that possibility. The 2017 penny deepened the mystery. And the 2017 penny brings the story to a dramatic conclusion, standing as the most astonishing chapter in this modern coin legend. Whether or not you ever discover a rare penny of your own, the excitement lies in knowing that the next great find could still be out there, waiting in a pocket, a drawer, a coin roll, or a forgotten jar. And that is what makes coin collecting so captivating. Every coin is a possibility. Every search is an adventure. And every penny deserves one more look before it disappears back into circulation forever.